Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do the female edition of the best Valentine's Day fragrances of 2023. So without further ado, let's get started. First, fragrances. I think I talk about this at this point every video almost. This is Tonkade, and this is a tonka fragrances with top notes of cardamom that really comes through into this really spicy, inviting, and delicious. Everything here just smells like it's been roasted, and it's just so sweet and decadent. There's a bit of powderiness to it, which makes it just inviting and cozy, but it's still sexy and extremely beautiful. Like, it doesn't feel like baby powder. It still feels refined, a bit complex, but it does smell sweet without feeling sweet. This is one of my favorite fragrances. As you can see, it's just getting lower and lower by the video. I'm definitely gonna buy myself a bigger bottle. They do have 100 ml. This was a 30 ml. So try this one. My next fragrance is actually a few notes that I'm not really a fan of, but in this fragrance, it is done so masterfully that I cannot help but fall in love with it every time I smell it. And this is again another really powdery, really sweet, really inviting and cozy scent, which I feel like for the event, that's exactly what we're looking for. So this is by Malek, and this is very cherry rose chocolate patchouli. This scent took me by surprise. I smelled it once at the store and I was like, this is not me, but I couldn't put it out of my head. Like, I kept just thinking about the scent and I had to buy it. And since then I've been like using a little bit at a time because I'm not trying to let it finish yet, because they don't do this bottle anymore. And I think this was my favorite reiteration of the bottle. Now it's more clean and clean looking with just the transparent bottle. There's no more of that beautiful cute decoration around it. So here you kind of smell everything. I would say the rose, the chocolate, and the patchouli is so beautifully blended that it's like you can't really say that one note is particularly outshining the other. It just feels like they all coexist perfectly together to create one new note, if that makes any sense. It is so inviting. The powderiness in here is not too overwhelming. I do feel like there's enough depth that it doesn't just feel like baby powder. But this is so delicious. This is so good. And I think later on you'll see there's a few layering options that are just amazing. My next fragrance is Gérard Bohème, and it's called Agozo. This one is an extrait de parfum, so this one is really strong and really intense. This is for the ladies that want to be different. You're not trying to be like everybody else. You're trying to kind of set yourself apart. This is extremely aromatic for a fragrance. I can't say that it's sweet or that it's flowery. I would say it's more aromatic. The saffron is definitely at the center stage of this fragrance. I do not like saffron. But in here, it's like, it almost makes sense. I will warn you that this can smell medicinal to some people because I still get a bit of that medicinal vibe to it, but the dry down is so beautiful. If you don't like saffron, sorry, and you don't like anything that's too aromatic, you're not really gonna like this because it's hard to say, but there is something about it that smells medicinal and herbal, but it's also extremely oriental. So this is definitely a sniff before you buy, but I think this would make such an interesting and fun date night fragrance because it's just so unique and different. I think this paired with like a beautiful vanilla fragrance and even on its own would definitely set yourself apart a little bit. But those are for my risk takers more so than people that want just a more linear and simple approach to perfume. Next, would you be a perfume influencer or whatever you call what I'm doing now if you do not have Kayali Vanilla 28? This just brings your perfume to that next level if you're missing vanilla. This is a brown sugar. You've probably heard it all. I'm gonna say it again. This is a brown sugar. This is decadent. This is simple. There's a bit of flowers in there that play along, which just makes it a bit more interesting and complex than just like a straight up sweet vanilla. And it's just a perfect layering combo with anything you have. Like, this matches well with anything. So this I would have to include it, because if you have a fragrance right now at home and you're just like, oh, I'm just missing that, like that little bit of vanilla, because I'm not trying to like buy a full new fragrance, you can buy definitely like a little travel size of this. You can buy a 50 ml I think of this, just to like kind of help your perfume out. Like you don't have to buy the whole bottle, but if you do tend to like try to always add vanilla to anything that you have, then I would say investing in a 100 ml bottle will probably benefit you. But if not, then a 10 ml is perfect to just help you out on the situation. But this is just such a likable and amazing vanilla safe fragrance. So this again is Kayali Vanilla 28. Another fun perfume that I don't talk a lot about, but then again, I didn't really show you my perfume collection yet, so I guess we'll get there when we get there. But it is Princess by the House of Kilian. I do have the old bottle, which I think these ones are so much nicer than the new ones. They're just so unique and so fun to have in your collection. Again, this is perfect for the winter nights. This is a cozy fragrance. I think the tea, the marshmallow, all of those notes just make this so gooey, so sweet, so gourmand, but there's a lightness to it that never makes it just overbearing, which I think is going to be such a great option for, you know, get together for Valentine's Day. I think this is the perfect cozy fragrance that you want to get close to somebody, to just feel comfortable. This is definitely the kind of fragrance that makes you feel both really dressy, but also like you just want to be in your pajamas watching movies all night, eating chocolates, and just living your best life. So this is the perfect fragrance for this, because it is both cozy, it is both fun and sexy, but also it can be dressed up if you feel like it. This is Princess by Kilian. Another fragrance that you've probably seen in my men edition, it's again Portrait of a Lady. I'm always bringing this little box, but I'm not gonna buy a bottle of this, because if you've seen my first review of it, I love it, but not enough to like want to own a bottle. This is such a beautiful fragrance. This is for my ladies out here that is trying to be elevated. You're trying to give bougie, you're trying to give confident, you're trying to give, I do not walk like other women, I'm different, but in a different way. You're trying to show that you just live a life of opulence, you know, that you're the kind of ladies like, no, I need Tiffany's. I don't need flowers, I need Tiffany's. Give me a ring, give me a bracelet, give me diamonds. This is the fragrance that like exudes that energy, because it is just so beautiful. And there's something about this that's so regal and elevated that I don't find easily in a lot of like a rose perfume that tend to be either too jammy or too like rose water-ish. But this one just brought rose scent into a different sphere that I know you could have, because it is really green and aromatic, but there's something about it that's just so inviting and cozy, but also just like standoffish, because it's just so different that I think when people are gonna smell this in you, they're just gonna be like so curious, and there's a mystery to this that's gonna add a bit of an allure to you. So this is definitely complex, slightly expensive, I'm not gonna lie, but if you can get yourself in like a small little, you know, tester, it's enough for like a date night. So, you know, find the silver lining. Again, this is Portrait of a Lady by Frédéric Malle. Another perfume this year for Valentine's Day, I think you cannot go wrong with the Kayali Vanilla Royale Sugar Patchouli. This, again, like I told you in my review, was definitely a liked enough for like I'm happy with my 10 ml, and like if I do feel like I need more, I'll probably buy it on the 10 ml, but not a love for me to buy a full bottle. But this is so regal. This is definitely leaning Middle Eastern, as I previously stated, but it's sweet, it's really nice, and it's really more grown up than, let's say, Princess by Kilian, which I still feel doesn't have like a juvenile or really like young scent profile, but definitely leans a bit more that way. This one is definitely a bit more of a serious contender. Now we're getting into our last top two. So I have two options here. So the first one is going to be Soir Exclusive by Navitus. And this is one of my top date night fragrances, because it has everything I like about perfume. There's all these beautiful notes of tonka, of marshmallow, of coffee, musk, vanilla, ambergris. It's just so delectable, but it never goes into the realm of gourmand, which is really surprising because all the notes would make you think it was going to be uber sweet, but it's not. It's like the perfect amount of sweetness. I would say there's even a slight bitterness to it, a slight dryness, but then it is again sweet without being completely gourmand. It is so mysterious, so dark, and so sultry. This is definitely for my ladies that love to wear all black with a bold red lip. You like to look mysterious. You just love to like be unassuming, but then again, everything about you just says you're more than that type of vibe. My descriptions are always all over the place, guys. Try to follow. I can barely follow myself, but this is it. This is a perfect, amazing date night fragrance. This was also in the mid edition because this is perfectly unisex, and I think they will both lean different depending on the chemistry of who you are. So yeah, this is a really good date night fragrance. Now for number one, I had to choose this perfume because it's a Valentine's Day, and what else do we think about except for chocolate? So my number one fragrance for this year for Valentine's is definitely Chocolate Queen. I think it embodies everything that I think should be the picture in our head of what Valentine's Day should smell like, because this is such a beautiful, decadent chocolate fragrance. And again, in the same realm as Sois Exclusive, it never really goes fully gourmand, which makes it so much more agreeable for a date night, because sometimes I feel like too much sweetness is like, it's nice, but it's like so common. Like you want something that has so much more depth and so much more fun and just a bit more serious and grown. This did it perfectly. This is such a beautiful scent. And what better occasion than to smell like a whole bag of chocolate than during Valentine's Day? This is perfect. So for me, Chocolate Queen takes the lead this year as the best Valentine's Day fragrance. I think this layered with other fragrance is just like a game changer, which I will share with you right now. So my favorite layering combos, I'm gonna give you 5 of my top. It's Chocolate Queen, Tonkade. This together smells like the nuttiest roasted tonka with like a base of creamy chocolate that you will ever smell. Those together are just the epitome of tonka. Like, I don't know how it's possible. It's almost like this is hemping up the tonka here, but it's just so delicious. It's like, just think roasted tonka with a vanilla and chocolate. What else do you even need? So this is my number 5 best combination. Number 4 best combination, Very Cherry, Rose Chocolate Patchouli, and Chocolate Queen. I thought in my head, there's chocolate in here, there's chocolate in there. They're gonna be okay. They were more than okay. These two together, cozy bomb. This, like, if you wanna ever have, like, let's put Valentine's Day on the side for a minute here. If you wanna have a self-care day and you're looking for the best combination of a perfume combo to just put you in the mood of relaxation and just treating yourself in decadence and opulence, guys, don't look any further. Like, honestly, this is deadly. This is deadly. But it doesn't beat my number 1. My number 3 best combo is going to be Sois Exclusive and Princess. I think it's the marshmallow notes on this too that really gets it, because it is so fluffy and so cozy because of this, but then it stays serious and dark and mysterious and sultry because of Sois Exclusive. So this makes a beautiful, sweet kind of gourmand concoction, because earlier I was saying this never really goes into the gourmand world, but with this added to it, it does kind of now lean more gourmand, and it's more like fun and playful and extremely sweet. This is beautiful, especially for like a really cold night. It will want to get close to you with that combination. Number 2, we have Tonkade and we have Vanilla 28. These two together is just so great because, again, like I said, this is a roasted tonka and you add this really dark brown sugar vanilla scent. It just makes this so decadent and so sweet and so fun. this is definitely a more subtle pairing than the others. I think this would suit a much more people that don't want to be too much but still want to keep that like sexy cozy vibe going on without doing like too much, without being overpowering, without the scent just being like filling the room, because sometimes people are not looking for that. They just want their scent to be for like their friends and family and whoever they're with, and in that case would be a significant other, doing dates or whatever it is that you're going to be doing this year. I think this is a really safe and beautiful simple pairing. Now for the best combination that I have ever smelled will have to be with Kayali Sugar Patchouli and Chocolate Queen. These two together honestly is the best thing I've smelled all the year, because there is something about this that makes this 10 times better, and there's something about this that makes this 10 times better. I cannot tell you what it is, but when they're paired together, it is a moment to be held. So if you have both of these fragrances, I'm telling you, try it out and let me know what you think, because I think I discovered something. I made a discovery and I'm so proud of myself. But if you've already made that discovery, then I guess I'm not alone. But on a serious note, this is my top combo of the year, and if you can get that combo going for Valentine's Day, girl, you got this. This is perfect. So again, guys, thank you for watching. Enjoy your Valentine's Day, however it is that you're gonna spend it, and see you next time. Bye.